Point one jams, here I am.
Is it okay, or do we refer to you as DMC or Darryl or DMC from Run DMC? How do we refer to you as?
You could call me Darryl, you could call me D, you could call me Darryl Mac, you could call me DMC. People always ask me, what does my name mean? D's for never dirty, MC for Mr. Clean. But sometimes I tell them when certain people ask that DMC means that Darryl makes cash.
I love it.
I love it. Call me D.
I love it. What have you been up to lately, man? I mean, obviously, we can talk about everything in the past. Everybody knows what you're about and what you've done and everything.
Right.
What are you up to right now? What's going on with you?
I just put out a book in July 5th. I released a book called 10 Ways Not to Commit Suicide.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I'm serious to death.
Does this have to do with, like, you just had, like, a USA Today story that just came out?
Talking about depression.
Yeah, depression,
I was depressed, I was alcoholic, I was suicidal. All of those things.
Recently?
All at once.
Just recently?
Well, since 90, let's say 1991 is when it hit.
Okay.
So before that, I didn't know I was depressed because I was so drunk all the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But then when the drinking started, when the alcohol starts to wear off, I still had this, woe is me feeling.
Right.
And then it was around the time where Run DMC, we were Pete Rock.
Yep.
From Pete Rock and
CL Smooth. Yep.
He did for Run DMC what people say Run DMC did for Aerosmith with Walk This Way. Pete Rock produced Down with the King in 93.
Okay.
And it kind of like, people respected us, but nobody cared.
Right.
When Down with the King came out, everybody started caring again. And right then and there, that ride that returned to the limelight even crushed me more. Like I wasn't happy. So
you have this book now, and who is it aimed towards in helping in depression?
Anybody that's been depressed, alcoholic, anybody facing anxiety or anything like that. I talk about rehab.
Okay.
I talk about going to therapy. I went to rehab.
Did you feel that it helped you?
Yes. I went to rehab. Rehab is where I discovered therapy.
Okay.
And men, you know what I'm saying, will not go to therapy because they think it's weak.
Right.
I coined this new phrase. I didn't invent it though, but all the shrinks and all the psychiatrists and all the doctors is like, I'm gonna use that. I said therapy is gangster. And what I mean by that is one of the most powerful things that you could do because it's you taking up your own responsibility of helping yourself.
Right.
And, people always go, I ain't going to no therapy because the therapists don't help you. And I go, that's true. And they go, what? So why would you go? The therapist, and a lot of doctors say they're going to use this too, is the decoy. So you can do two things. Say stuff that you've said to yourself that you didn't listen to, or say stuff to yourself at this time that you need to listen to. So rehab and therapy empowered me to get back on the level plane of existence that I was on.
Do you agree if you go into rehab, you got to come out and not be anywhere around all these other people that constantly enabled you?
No. You can.
You can?
You shouldn't.
Right.
You shouldn't, but you can. Because the whole thing is, when I went to therapy, and when I went to rehab, then I went to therapy. In therapy, I discovered back in 1985, I had the power to defeat what was eventually going to be a battle back then.
Right.
But I wasn't paying attention to me.
Right.
I was so worried about all these exterior things. You know what I'm saying? So you have the power. I mean, has a lot to do. Like the rehab I went to was real cool because I remember You
didn't do one of these Dr. Drew on TV kind
No.
You went to real rehab.
Right. Mine was locked out because we was watching TV one day and Britney Spears had went into rehab. Remember, she was walking around Sunset shopping.
Shaving her head.
Yeah, everybody was like, what rehab she in? We want to be in that one. She went to shopping, smoking, all that.
Right.
But it's just about you realizing that you come first.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like alcohol. And I mean, anything that you're struggling with mentally, physically, emotionally, or whatever, spiritually, it's a day-to-day battle.
There are so many firsts that you guys that Run DMC first rap
first
artist,
to go gold, first to go platinum,
first Grammy,
first to be nominated for the Grammy, first on Soul Train, first on American Bandstand. Everything that rap is doing now, we're the first to do it.
Is there anything that number one that you feel you missed, and is there anything that the drinking and everything that got in the way?
No. I was a functional drunk.
A functional drunk, okay.
So I was able to participate.
You know how many people think that they're functional drunks,
I know.
You might have honestly been one, but do you know how many?
Right. Everybody.
They are, and they're the sloppiest drunks ever. Right.
No, I don't. You know, Run DMC, we never set out to do anything except to be the best DJ in it. Like, our thing was, when you come see me and Run Rap and Jay DJ, we want to be the best that you ever see.
Yeah.
And I guess we kind of accomplished that. You know, because even when we wasn't as popular, nobody still wanted to go on after us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't care who's new. I don't care if it was 2000, 2001. I don't care if it was 98, 99. I mean, Biggie and Tupac refused to go on after us. We had to convince Biggie and Tupac, because we did shows with them.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm going on after Run. Out of respect, but they also knew we had an arsenal of hits.
Right.
So, you know, Run DMC, I think, you know, the big thing that Run DMC really did for hip-hop and the so-called rap rock genre is that we represented it so that it could be conceived as a legitimate.
Yeah.
It's a tongue twister.
Like a legitimate subgenre.
Yeah, exactly. Because you know, people say when Steven Tyler knocked a hole in that wall and knocked that wall down, they say that didn't just happen in the video. That happened in the world.
Right.
So I think that was Run DMC's. It was our responsibility to represent both sides of the music. That's why the Beastie Boys and Run DMC worked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
how do you feel like the new generation of rappers now can strengthen hip hop culture? And I say that, and I'm not trying to single out any current rapper that's out there. But But now there's these rappers that are kind of like the mumble rappers.
But you gotta understand,
is that where we are now?
No. That's just a new part of it.
Okay.
See, people get it twisted. They think that's the all and end, and this is we gotta live. No, this is just a new extra part of it. You know, you really in general, you can't label rap. I mean, I think it was Talib Kweli or Mos Def or one of them that said, I ain't no backpack rapper, or don't even call me a conscious rapper. If you make a conscious record, that's what that song is. So the majority of these mumble rappers is just making party songs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's no substance. There's no.
Do you think there's strength beyond one album
nowadays?
Yeah.
No, there's really.
Think these mumble rappers can make it beyond? You know, are they going to be able to put out 2 and 3 and 4? You know,
that's a good question. I mean, the majority of, put it like this, in the last 20 years, the majority of the big hits guys, I mean, outside of Drake and outside of Kanye guys, you know, you get these guys that have this huge record, but you don't hear about them no more.
Right.
That's crazy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. I think what hip-hop needs to do now is this. You know, when you look at rock and when you look at metal, they have festivals.
Yes.
So a hip-hop concert now needs a 3-day festival of the dudes, even the dudes before Run DMC.
Right.
And then that
like
Run
they
DMC
can't pull a crowd on their own. They really need to draw everybody.
Yeah, we had a point now where hip-hop needs festivals so that, you know, there's a mumble rap stage, and there's a classic rap stage, and there's a legend stage.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. We need a mumble rapper stage. That's what we need.
The mumble rapper stage, because you got to think about it. My fans don't want to see the mumble rappers,
right?
And in turn, the mumble rappers don't want to see us neither.
But at the same time, too, maybe the mumble rapper, fans need to see some of the old school.
Well,
because they wouldn't be exposed to it otherwise.
Well, the problem is with hip hop is, like, you know, a lot of people say, for instance, we love Rakim and we love KRS-One and stuff like that. A lot of the current management teams and record labels don't want to put us on stage with them because we'll blow them away. Let's just keep it real.
Right.
They don't want to expose that, like you said, they don't want to expose that audience to see, oh my God, you mean I've been paying this for this?
Right.
What do that? But then again, though, like I said, it's not where we're at completely. This is just a new part of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Because think about it. You had The Message come out, and then you had Planet Rock come out, and if you go back to the early 80s, when the message came out, it was the same as like the mumble rapper comes out, the mumble rapper got a hit.
Right.
So all they want is more mumble rappers.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying?
Right.
They don't even want the mumble rapper to grow up and transform and change and mature. No, keep mumbling.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But in our generation, it was the same thing. Think about it. The message came out.
Yeah.
Then the message too.
Yeah.
And then every record was life in the ghetto, growing up in the ghetto,
Right.
ghetto this, ghetto that, until Planet Rock came along.
Right.
And if you go back, Planet Rock is one of the most sampled, redone R&B
over again. Yeah.
club records over and over again. It wasn't until Run DMC came along with Sucker MCs where it was just me and Run rapping.
Yeah.
It was different. I mean, and even us, we did a record called us like that, and that's the way it is.
Yeah.
We talk about the world, and we had a message
Yep.
song.
Yep.
But the thing that transformed it was the Suck MC record with Run Just Rhyming about the Suck MCs and DMC talking about chicken and collard greens in St. John's University.
Right.
See, that changed it. Now, that being said, the mumble rapper, the mumble rapper generation needs somebody to come over a mumble rap beat, rapping like Run or D or KRS One or Public Enemy. Then it would be a drastic change in the industry.
Okay.
But until then, there's going to be more people just mumbling.
Right. It's going to be mumbling. It's going to be mumbling.
Yeah.
Of all the things you listed DMC stands for, you didn't even talk about Darryl Makes Comics.
Yeah, Darryl makes comics. Well, the funny thing is, after I got out of rehab and therapy,
I was going to say, back up, because a lot of people don't know, and I hope I can say this, the people don't know that you're a comic book nerd.
Yes.
They don't know this.
Yeah, I was in the comic books before music.
Okay.
Before hip-hop came over the bridge from the Bronx, and before I was a little kid growing up in Hollis, Queens, listening to, you know, Harry Chapin and Led Zeppelin on the radio, all I did was collect, read, and draw comic books. That's all I did. Now, I started Darryl Makes Comics publication 2 years ago. And the funny thing is, now people are going back to my music and seeing all the Easter eggs that
Wow. Okay.
Because think about this.
So the comics has brought people to the music.
Exactly.
Okay.
Well, before alcohol was my courage, I mean, alcohol did this for me. Let me have a drink before I go on stage.
Right.
Turned into 50 drinks.
Yeah.
Let me drink a 40
I
ounce
understand that
of
a lot.
Old English. 140 turned into a case
Right.
of 40s a day. But before that, what I would do is I would hear a beat, I would hear a song, and I would go, okay, this beat sounds like I got to take the Hulk's approach.
Okay.
Or this beat sounds like I got to take Spider-Man's approach.
Right.
And
Right.
even when I would go up on stage, I created these personas. Because Marvel, I mean, I was in the DC, I was in the Batman. Batman's cool as hell. I love Batman. Flash, Green Lantern, Justice League. But Marvel Comics, for me as a little kid, Stan Lee was brilliant because he had superheroes running around New York.
And this is where you're going out your back door and you're seeing these buildings.
Right, and the superheroes.
And there's a superhero. Like, I saw Spider-Man up that building.
Exactly. So
right.
it was a connection there. But Marvel Comics also taught me this. You define yourself with an adjective and then you tell the world who you are. So when hip-hop came over the bridge, I never wanted to be in show business. It was just creative writing for me.
Sure.
So I did this. Remember, it was the amazing Spider-Man.
Yep.
The Incredible Hulk. So I became the devastating, mic-controlling DMC. And on the next beat, I might become the microphone master, even this. And this is deep too. Thor is the son of Odin. He's the son of Odin. Odin's his father. He's come from this cool place called Asgard. He got a brother named Loki.
Okay.
So I was sitting there, I was like, okay, Thor is the son of Odin. His father is Odin, Loki, and Asgard. My name is Darryl. I'm from Hollis, and my father's name is Byford. So I became son of Byford, brother of Al. Banner's my mother and runs my pal. It's McDaniels, not McDonald's. These rhymes are Darryl's, those burgers are Ronald's. I ran down my family tree, my mother and my father. So all my rhymes was me writing comic book stories.
Wow.
Think about King of Rock. Crash through walls, come through floors, bust through ceilings and knock down doors. Rappers don't do that.
Right.
Superheroes do that. I'm really a superhero.
You're a superhero.
Yes,
right?
This music thing was just a cover up so nobody could discover who I am. But before music, it was all comic books, and comic books was just. I was a good student.
Yeah.
I went to Catholic school my whole life.
Yeah.
I wore glasses. People tell me, D, everything about superheroes is you. They're smart. We got alter egos. We wear glasses. And the cool thing, Spider-Man lives in Queens. I live in Queens.
Strict Catholic household. They were cool with the comic book thing?
Yeah. See, that's funny you ask.
Yeah.
Everybody was cool with comic books in my household, except the educators and teachers.
Right.
The teachers was, remember back then, the teacher, even now a little bit, don't let the kids read comic books.
Right.
But the fact that we are kids reading every day, the fact that I was reading something every day made me a good student. But hold up, it's something deeper with comic books. See, in school, I would learn about World War II, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Captain America would take me there.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? In school, I would learn about science.
Expand your mind a little bit. Yeah.
The Silver Surfer would take me there. So they were really, really good. I mean, the reason why DMC is the king of rock, there is none higher.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't want to be the king of rap. Who wants to be, like, look at rap now. Who wants to be the king of rap?
I know a lot of people that would raise their hand, though.
Yeah, I know they would, but I didn't want to be that. I'm thinking big.
Bigger.
I'm going for Elvis stroke.
Okay.
I'm going for Mick Jagger stroke. You know what I'm saying?
Big,
So comic books gave me that confidence as a little kid trying to make it in this traumatic world. And now I always tell kids this. If somebody teases you and say, you into that make-believe stuff, I say, stand up on your desk in the middle of the classroom and beat your chest like King Kong and say, you goddamn right I'm into this make-believe.
You want to do that right here?
I'll do it right now. But think about those words, make-believe.
Sure.
You make them believe. I was just pretending to be the king of rock. Now everywhere I go, they call me king.
Right.
I was pretending to be the devastating. So everything I was imagining, making, believing came true. And it's all because of comic books. So what I did was...
This is your passion, isn't it? I can tell.
Yeah.
I know you love your music, but I can tell. This is your passion.
This is more fun than drinking for me because the drink wears off.
Right.
I mean, I gotta admit, I love drinking, but I can't drink.
Let's be honest, drinking has its side effects.
Yes, it does. I mean, I'm one of them. But the comic book, my whole thing was, for me, music, when I was a little kid, I would hear Ohio by Crosby, Stills, Young and Nash, Bob Dylan, John Lennon, a lot of the folk rock and the rock guys. I was attracted to rock music, the so-called classic rock, because they sung about relevant things daily. I was never into soul music. I was never into afros and
I heard you say Harry Chapin earlier. Does that song resonates with you?
Big time. Big time.
Yep.
And those songs were just, it was different. I was a kid. I wasn't thinking about girls.
Sure. Yeah.
I ain't thinking about no girls, I'm saying? Marvin Gaye and Al Green. I didn't care about that, but it was just something about, John Fogerty, Creedence singing about Fortunate Son. You know what I'm saying?
I know that,
Because I'm a student, so that's said, he's talking about the war. Or they're talking about women's rights, civil rights, or Mick Jagger singing Heartbreaker about, like all the shootings right now.
Sure.
Like music always played that role to address the issues that religious folks and politicians are afraid to talk about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what rock did for me. And and think about it. A lot of the music I'm discovering of the Beatles isn't the singles. It isn't Let It Be. But a lot of people say, DMC, you're listening to old music. But if I never heard it, I don't care if it was made in 69. I heard Let It Be and Sgt. Pepper's. But what about the Beatles song I'm hearing for the first time? It's not old.
Yeah.
It's new to me. And think about it like this. Classic, just like old school hip hop.
Yeah.
Let me make this clear to all you listeners. Classic rock doesn't mean old music. It means better than everything that comes after for eternity. The same thing with the old school. Old school doesn't mean old hip hop. Old school means better than everything that will come after it forever.
And it's interesting.
Exactly.
It's interesting you say that because classic hip hop is now a national format.
Exactly.
It's a national radio format. Yeah.
Right. Just like the
so it's the best of the best of hip. Right.
Exactly.
Yep.
I mean, all I listen to when I go to town is to what's the classic rock station in? You know what I'm saying? To hear everything from
kind of the Beatles
Janis Joplin to Pearl Jam and Nirvana.
Yeah, it's a big window.
It's the same thing with, a lot of people make the joke and say hip hop died after Pac and Biggie died, or hip hop really stopped after Wu-Tang. But that being said, there's a lot of young new artists out there that make great music, just like you can go somewhere and discover a great new band. But from the way it is, the mumble rappers are now part of this thing called hip hop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're not the end of it.
Kind of like 80s hair bands. People don't consider that part of classic rock, even though they are.
Respect
but
them.
they're the 80s hair bands.
Yeah, but then, you know, you go back and listen to some of those 80s hair band songs and you
Good
really
music.
love. Yeah,
Good music.
Exactly.
Good music.
Exactly.
I grew up in that area.
Exactly.
Okay, so there's 2 places you're doing a signing tonight, right?
Yes, I'm in town early tonight to do a signing for the Wisconsin Book Festival at the Madison Public Library. They should know where that is.
Oh, absolutely.
Let me say it again. The Madison Public Library. I'll be signing copies of my book, 10 Ways Not to Commit Suicide, because we don't want you to do it. And tomorrow,
yes,
I'm back in
Tomorrow's
town
the
with
big
my
day.
band, doing all your favorite hits and some new stuff.
I was going to ask you,
Run DMC catalog.
you were here 3 years ago. I didn't
Yes.
get to see that. So
Yes.
what are they going to? They get old and new?
Yeah. I mean, the good thing about what I do now, after Jam Master Jay passed away, rest in peace, Jam Master Jay, I wanted to figure out a new interpretation of how to do my records that I did with Run and Jay.
Sure.
Like, I don't want to be DMC trying to do what Run D and J did.
Right.
I don't want to. That'll never happen.
Right.
But what I do now is I do all the Run DMC songs live.
Yeah.
Live drums, live guitar. Still got the DJ there. DJ Charlie Chin, Jay's apprentice is there. But we do even, like when we do Sucker MCs, it got a bass line and a riff to it.
Nice.
So I'm doing all of that, and plus I'm doing some of the new music that I got coming out. I'm getting ready to drop an album featuring the likes of Travis Barker, Sebastian Bach. I just got out the studio with Tim Armstrong from Rancid. I just finished a song with Rome from Sublime. I just finished a song with Joan Jett, and we started going around doing that song. So I'm working. What I did with what Run DMC did with Aerosmith, I'm doing with a variety of my favorite musicians and artists today. And we'll be doing some of them songs tomorrow night.
Beautiful, beautiful. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow night on the 93.1 JAMZ Festival Food Stage. And welcome back to Madison today. You're tonight, Madison Public Library. What time?
I'll be 7 p.m. signing copies of my book, 10 Ways Not to Commit Suicide, because we don't want you to commit suicide. I believe DMC, the mighty superhero, indestructible, legendary DMC from Hollis, which is technically right next to Asgard. I believe that you can beat and defeat whatever it is that you're fighting against.
Are you coming out in a superhero costume tomorrow on stage?
I might.
You might? Okay.
Yes.
DMC, everybody, there we go. 93.1 JAMZ. Perfect, man.
Thank you.
Thank you,
That
sir.
was so smooth. To who?